This video is sponsored by RKDF University, Radisson Blue.
Good morning, I'm Dusha Agarwal and you're watching News Flash. Today is the 5th of August and we have a lineup of crucial stories touching every corner of the globe, from the latest developments in politics to groundbreaking advancements in technology. Jordan's Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi held talks in Iran on Sunday amid rising fears of escalation between Tehran and Israel following the assassination of Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh. Now, Haniyeh, the political head of the Palestinian militant group Hamas, was killed in Tehran after attending the inauguration of Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian. Yemen's Houthi rebels claimed responsibility for a strike on a cargo ship in the Gulf of Aden on Sunday, marking the first such attack since Israel's strike on the rebel-controlled Hodeidah port last month. Now, Houthi spokesman Yahya Sari stated that the naval and missile units targeted the ship Groton with several ballistic missiles. Nepal Prime Minister KP Oli underscored the need to develop the nation's waterways and railways to boost connectivity with India. During an annual progress review meeting of the Department of Road under the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport, Oli instructed civil servants to draft a plan for operating steamer services from Hanuman-Nagar near the Indian border to Triveni and Devghat. UK leader Keir Starmer warned far-right protesters on Sunday they would regret participating in England's worst rioting in 13 years as disturbances linked to the murder of 3 children earlier this week flared across the country for a 5th day. In the bloodiest day Bangladesh has seen in years, at least 99 people were killed on Sunday in clashes between forces loyal to Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and protesters. As opposition to Hasina's 15-year rule intensifies with various sections of society demanding her ouster, the future of the nation and its long-term leader appears uncertain. Pakistan's jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan, who blames the military for his ouster and 12-month-old imprisonment on what he calls trumped-up charges, said on Sunday it would be foolish not to have excellent relations with the army. Iran has informed Arab countries that it no longer cares if its attack on Israel will spark an all-out war in the Middle East, according to reports. Now, following the assassination of Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, which Iran blames on Israel, an Iranian attack on Israel is seen as imminent, with the regime vowing to avenge the killing. Ukraine has received its first batch of US-made F-16 fighter jets, President Volodymyr Zelensky announced on Sunday, emphasizing that more are needed to repel Russian forces. For over 2 years, Ukraine has been requesting these aircrafts from its Western allies, viewing them as essential as in their intensive or extensive list of desired military equipment. Amid Russia's sustained advance in the east, Ukraine has mandated the evacuation of border towns in the Donetsk region. Since launching a surprise offensive in the Kharkiv region in May, Russia claims to have captured more than a dozen villages. Russian forces had already been making gains in the region for months before the offensive. Rarely on the podium and barred from the opening ceremony, the 15 Russians competing at the Paris Olympics have an uneasy status as individual neutral athletes following Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Some in the Olympic Village oppose them taking part in the Summer Games, and Russian opinion is divided. It is time for a break now. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
इस तरह आरकेडीएफ विश्वविद्यालय राज्य और देश के आधुनिक और उच्च विश्वविद्यालयों में से एक है। RKDF University, a world-class university. Education glorifies nation.
Just 2 days days after ethnic communities signed a deal to restore normalcy in Manipur's Jiribam, shots were fired and an abandoned house was torched, officials said on Saturday. Now, the incident has triggered fresh tensions in the region. The BJP had overseen the peace agreement between the Meitei and Hamar, part of the Kuki ethnic group, on August 1. The National Human Rights Commission announced on Saturday that it has sent notices to the Delhi government and the city's police commissioner regarding reports of 12 deaths at a Rohini shelter home within a month. The NHRC stated that the high number of deaths in a short period suggests negligence by the authorities. To engage the diaspora in environmental sustainability initiatives, the Indian Mission has organized a series of events under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's plantation campaign. Throughout July, the Consulate General of India hosted these events in collaboration with community organizations and cultural associations. As Wayanad reels from landslides that killed over 300 people, the Kerala government announced on Saturday the establishment of a new township. This initiative aims to ensure the safe rehabilitation of those displaced by the catastrophic landslide in the Mundakai region. Due to cloudbursts, flash floods and landslides caused by heavy rains, 87 roads remain closed in Himachal Pradesh. The local meteorological office has issued a yellow alert for heavy showers, thunderstorms and lightning at isolated locations in the state through August 8. Prime Minister Narendra Modi praised India's record gas production on Sunday, highlighting its significance for achieving self-reliance in the energy sector and advancing towards a developed India. His comments followed Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri's announcement of the country's new production milestone. As tensions rise in the Middle East following the assassination of Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, the United States is working to revive a multinational coalition against Iran. Now, Israel is preparing for possible multi-front attacks and a potential all-out war as Iran vows revenge, and Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei reportedly orders direct strikes on Israel. Soon after the Bangladeshi authorities relaxed the curfew imposed across the country, protesters took to the streets and to conduct a fresh set of demonstrations. Now, the recent clashes also witnessed loss of lives as 8 people died within a span of days. UK authorities faced mounting pressure on Sunday to address the worst rioting in 13 years sparked by misinformation about a mass stabbing that killed 3 young girls. Unrest spread across the country with far-right agitators clashing with the police in multiple towns and cities. That's all for the headlines of the day. For more updates, download the app and keep watching Rhythm.